What's a secret you won't share with anyone in person, but you are willing to share anonymously? When I was about 9, I went over to neighbor's house. I would usually go hang out with my adult neighbors because they would let me watch TV and give me snacks in exchange for helping them, with the intention of seeing if I could play with the foster puppy she had. Well, she wasn't there. But her door was unlocked and I just went in and played with the puppies. When I walked out of the house, she was coming down the driveway. There was a bunch of stuff in front of her door blocking it from view from the driveway. I just pretending like I had been waiting for a minute and we walked in and I got to play with the puppies again. When I was very young I'd put my mom's vibrator in my mouth and turn it on because it felt funny. What the duck is wrong with me? Edit. Sheet, I didn't expect this to blow up. I'm a guy. IOBV didn't know what it was used for. I don't remember the taste. It didn't leave any impression on me. I was doing it because of vibrating sensation, not the taste. I'm pretty sure it was clean, or at least that's what I'm telling to myself all these years. I used to comb my ass hairs with my sister's styling comb when she would piss me off. I think that I am beginning to hallucinate every once in a while. It's mostly little things that are there, and then they aren't. Is it straight on in your vision or your peripheral vision? Or when you quickly look somewhere and see something that isn't real? That would be quite normal. If you're seeing these things dead on for more than a second, then there might be something wrong. My last relationship ended because she was cheating with another man. The other man was her dad. Edit. In regards to how I found out, I can't share the gory details as they are pretty identifying. What I do want to say is that it was nothing visible physically. They wouldn't kiss on the lips or do anything that someone could brush off as European friendly. I also never witnessed anything physical happening between them with my own eyes. The proof was in the place where you'd expect it to be in today's day and age, an electronic device. Edit 2. With the amount of messages I've gotten asking is her name. It doesn't matter what her name is. If that's a person you know, and they're dealing with something like this, help them in any way you can. Final edit. Here's the Amma. Pretty sure I'm obsessed with being in a relationship, and I've started finding any woman that talks to me attractive. Well, it's a secret my mom confided in my GF. Somehow not expecting her to tell me. I found out a month ago. Still has me ducked up. My dad had committed suicide when I was 2 years old. 2 days before Christmas. It always left me wondering why. I'm 24 now and just found out she was cheating on him with my stepdad. She had also told him he would never see me again. So he took his own life at his place of work after hours cause he didn't know where else to go. I always thought my middle name being my stepdad's first name was just a coincidence, because I don't remember him coming into my life until a couple years later. My mom found out she was pregnant with my little sister 3 days after my dad's death. I've always resented my stepdad before cause he burnt all my baby pictures with my dad in them and I never knew why. I looked nothing like my stepdad BTW and still haven't confronted my mom. Edit. I've read most of your comments and I'm still going through them. Thank you all, especially you NJ Cuban. I'm going to take his advice and when the time comes talk to my mom and forgive her. Also thank you from whoever for the Reddit gold. I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. Update. I want to thank you little squirrel for his advice and checking with FB groups. I have a couple leads so I'm going to see if the people who responded had any pictures of him in high school. A little more than 3 months ago, my fiancé, who I've been with for the past 15 years, was killed in a car accident 2,000 miles away. I literally have nothing. Now, I'm so depressed that every time I see someone happy on social media of any kind, I get closer and closer to killing myself. My therapist isn't able to help me. No one is. Everyone keeps telling me it gets better, but it only gets worse. I don't want to kill myself. I just don't want to be alive anymore. Because every ducking minute of life is absolute hell. Edit. Additional thoughts. I'm also struggling with the anger toward the guy who took her from me. The moron who plowed through 3 cars in his truck. Every goddamn day I struggle against my own thirst for vengeance. Edit 2. Thanks for the support. Guys. Still sifting through the hundreds of replies and PMs. My inbox hurts. It is a little better to know that I really am not alone. Not just that people I don't know and have never met support me and wish me well, but also that others have gone through nearly the same crucible and survived it. The very idea of hope is like a foreign word to me right now. But it's a little less insane sounding to me now. I've posted this on a different sub, but my wife thinks I go to work 30 minutes early because of my military training. In reality I get there early to watch a rerun of Dog the Bounty Hunter with the BWOP. I fall asleep to the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack every night. I have told my husband. And my mom knows. But nobody else. When I was 7. I pooped the bed in the middle of the night. Just like a perfect log in my underwear. I was scared of getting in trouble. So I threw my underwear and sheet behind the dresser in my bedroom and promptly forgot I did that. My mom found it 2 weeks later. Edit. I'm not sure how proud I am for getting gold for my golden log. I'll take it. I had a baby when I was 15 and he was adopted. Closed adoption. Most painful thing I've ever gone through. He turns 18 in a few months and if he so chooses, he can find me. I'm married and have kids now. And my kids have no idea he exists. I really want to meet him. But I'm terrified he's got mental disorders like his biological father, who is now in prison for murder. The real reason my arm is broken is because I now owe a seemingly unobtainable amount of money to the wrong people, all because I tried to help my deadbeat brother out of a bad situation. Sad time, people. Drew Gus can ruin not only your life but your family's life as well. Update. I'm still alive and have cut my brother out of the equation. I won't be talking with him or his circle anymore. I am going to disappear for a while and try to rebuild elsewhere. For those who want to help. Seriously. Thank you. I do not deserve a single bit of it. Under advice of an internet stranger. I am not going to stir the pot publicly with more details. But am happy to share stories via PMs. One time my wife and I got really drunk. The scallops she ate weren't sitting well, so she went to sit on the floor of a hot shower. I join her and we are just sitting there hugging and she suddenly pukes all over me. Not too bad as we are in the shower anyway. A little later she has to pee and since neither of us want to move I tell her to just go. So she does. On me. I have a fleshlight buried deep in my closet. I haven't used it for years. When I did use it I used to shove it in the opening of a filled laundry bag so I would be ducking something with heft and mass. I had some very lonely times in college and that really helped me through it. I'm too hesitant to throw it away because I don't want someone to find it. I know that one day I throw it away there will be a freak storm or flood that blows the trash can over and spills it all over the street. Or the garbage bag will rip. Or it will bounce out of the garbage truck and into the street. So it sits in my closet until the day I die and my family has to discover it. I found out my BF had a fleshlight. Then I got to use it on him while I sat on his face. Win-win. Yeah, no? Break that bad boy out. My life feels much more normal after reading this thread. Leukemia. CLL. Slowest growing form of leukemia and there's no treatment other than stem cell. And hopefully I won't need that anytime soon, not even 40 yet. I don't look sick, even my own family doesn't believe me. So why would anyone else? I guess you need to be frail, pale, skinny and bald to have cancer, right? When I was a kid, I had Sims 2 for PS2. I would make my sim woohoo and let the controller vibrate on my clit. I made my sim continuously woohoo. I was a weird kid. Don't worry. When I was playing Halo on Originals box, me and a bunch of random kids online all got plasma pistols and gathered under a staircase in game so you didn't have to hold down crouch. And all stood really close overcharging the pistols. The vibration was like a mini earthquake from all the proximity vibrations. Then we all talked to each other on how it felt to put it places lol. I have 4 sister. I'm the only guy, and I've banged all their best friends. I don't say anything because I want my sisters to keep bringing friends home. My friend's wife doesn't love him anymore, but she doesn't want to divorce him because of their baby girl. I think they'll separate in less than a year. Edit. For people asking how I know this information. The husband is my friend. Not close, but still consider him a good friend. We and the wife have friends in common. They have arranged free days for each other. She gets Tuesdays, he gets Thursdays. It's been 3 times now that she comes to a friend gathering, gets a couple of drinks, 2 or 3 beers, so she's not even close to drunk when doing it, and starts crying of how she isn't happy with her guy because she doesn't love him anymore and wants to get out but can't due to her daughter. 5 people know about this, including myself, and to my knowledge the husband doesn't know yet. I have to add, I do not feel comfortable intervening in other people's business if they want to separate or stay together. I think that's something they must decide as a couple. I cannot brainwash or suggest someone into being together or separating their spouse. It's not right to me. All I can do is lay down the facts for the other person and let them take their decision. My house is currently for sale. Everyone I know thinks I'm moving to a nearby area. I'm actually selling my house, quitting my job, then traveling the world for a few years. I hope to hand my notice in at work before 2017 is over. Edit. Whilst this isn't an AMA, I've really enjoyed reading your comments and answering as many as I could. But I'm off to bed now, as unfortunately I still have work in the morning. Thank you all for your positive feedback and words of wisdom. I'm sure you'll be hearing from me again. So many wonderful people on Reddit. Thank you. Edit 2. Thank you for the gold. Random stranger yet fellow friend. The first time I had nail 6. I wasn't aware that I needed to clean everything out beforehand. It got real messy real quick. I was mortified. It happens. If he sticks it there, he has to know there can be repercussions. Did it with my cousin regularly for a few years till the pregnancy. Well, my wife knows this now, but I wouldn't tell another soul. A few years ago, me and my wife moved into her parents' place to save some money. So we were adjusting to living with parents again. It was strange and uncomfortable. I woke up one morning and it felt like the world was about to fall out of my butthole. I went to open the bedroom door and could hear my father-in-law getting ready to head out for work. I'm panicking, thinking, duck, I know this is gonna be bad. I'm not gonna go take this mega dump so early on into our time living here. I need to devise a plan. I stayed in the bedroom, emptied out the little bin we had in the corner, and sheet into the bag that was placed in there. I wiped my butt with some tissues that happened to be on the side. Stand up and tie a knot in the bag. Now I'm getting ready for work with this bag of sheet by my feet. My next stage is to get rid of this thing. I can't do it in any of the bins here. Think, duck it, I'll take it out and find the nearest one I can see. I even questioned putting this bag of sheet in a neighbor's place if nobody sees. I walked 15 minutes to work with a bag of my own crap in my hoodie pocket until I could find a public bin to throw it in. TLDR, I sheet in a bag and carried it work. I spent 2 years of my life being raped by the guy across the street when I was younger. It started when I was 10 and he was 15. Probably as a game of Doctor or Truth or Dare or some such shit. It wasn't until years later and I looked back and considered the fact that I was in elementary school and he was in high school that I realized what it was. It finally ended when I was 12 and my family moved away. He was really good at all the grooming, saying things like it was totally natural and that I'd get in trouble if anyone found out. He'd show me porn and even got physical a few times. He kicked me in the ribs once and locked me in a closet a few times. When I finally realized what was going on, probably years later when I was 16, and thought about the fact that I was 11 when he was 16 and how screwed up it really was, I knew I'd never tell anyone. I didn't want my parents finding out. They both had to work full time. I got home from school at 3. My mom at 5. And it normally happened in the hour and a half or so that they weren't home. I never wanted them to feel like it was their fault that I was sexually assaulted and then raped. So I'll take it to my grave. My spouse and best friends don't even know. And no one ever will. Thanks. Reddit. That actually felt pretty good. I could never commit suicide. But I sometimes ponder about how easy it would be to just not have to deal with life. The last 2 years of my life have been emotionally very difficult. It's gotten a little bit better, but still not where I wish it was. I use homework as a coping mechanism. And I also use it to get out of my house, where I honestly hate spending time. When I get off work, I try to find things to do, just so I don't have to sit there alone, falling asleep alone. My bed feels so goddamn huge. My ex-wife ducked her sister's husband on New Year's Eve 1998. Edit. The four of us know. That is it. The sisters sort of made up. My ex told me that it was grape. I don't know what to believe. I am just glad that I am divorced from that family and the drama. I have the most amazing girlfriend now. We talk. We communicate very well. It is a mature adult relationship. Good riddance to their bullshit. I have so many stories. My ex still would punish her and my kids by not letting them play together. Age 6, when she was mad at her sister. I have waited outside in the street while my ex still is inside talking to her husband about their daughter, and when their car alarm goes off and people come running out the house, I am to protect the daughter by controlling my ex bill. Crazy sheet. About 3 months after finding out that my now ex-wife was having an affair and our subsequent split, I got really depressed. On 2 separate occasions I downed a fifth of whiskey and played Russian roulette. Once the bullet was only 1 chamber over. The other time it was 2 away from chamber. I never told anyone about it. I was already getting tons of sympathy and I hated it. I hate when people feel sorry for me, so I never told anyone. Edit. Thank you all so much for your kind words. Sometimes I forget what a great community Reddit can be. For clarification, this was in 2014. I'm stable and moving on with my life now. I saw a shrink for a time and it helped a ton. That and exercise. Best solutions I know for conquering depression. If I can come back from that. Anyone can come back from anything. Never give up. Fight until you're exhausted. And then fight a little more. No matter who you are or what's happened to you. Somebody somewhere loves you. I'm the reason my cousin is mentally handicapped. We are the same age. And when we were 7, our grandpa bought dirt bikes for us. Well, we decided to make our own trail in the woods. Took the entire summer. I put this tree branch purposely at roughly head level. Just so he could duck under it and it would look awesome. The branch was heavy. But I was able to sit it conveniently between 2 trees. He was more brave than me. So he went first. Being dumb kids. We didn't wear helmets. I yelled for him to duck. But he didn't and hit his head on the branch. Got knocked backwards and hit his head again straight into the ground. I told everyone it was an accident. Grandpa sold the dirt bikes. I didn't see my cousin a whole lot after that. That was nearly 25 years ago. I see him every Christmas. And it's always the same. In a wheelchair. Being spoon-fed by his mom. He can't speak. He likes to draw funny shapes. He most likely doesn't remember the incident. And I don't know if he remembers me. But that's what haunts me. I got a wooden ball stuck in my butt for a day. Went to school and stuff. Was terrified it was gonna be stuck forever and a doctor would have to get it out. Edit. This is now my top post. Thanks. I think. Next step. Golden ball in my ass. I sneeze when I'm turned on. I'm always turned on. Everyone in my life thinks I have bad allergies. In reality, I think about ducking half the guys in the room. I don't tell people I'm autistic in person until I've known them multiple years. Sometimes by the time I tell them they're like, yeah, no offense, but I've known for pretty much the whole time I knew you. Literally the only thing keeping me alive is that I don't want my children to grow up without a father. If anything happens to them, I'm dead. Edit. Thank you so much for the encouragement. It really means a lot to me. I am getting therapy and have meds. It's been a long road and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. Yet.